Arteta and Edu on shaky ground at Arsenal already after opener. Mikel Arteta and Arsenal technical director Edu both look to be in a precarious position over the coming weeks as results on the pitch and deals off it come under intense scrutiny, not least from Rwanda president Paul Kagame. An Arsenal fan key to the club's sporting visit Rwanda on their shirt sleeves, Kagame launched an extraordinary Twitter tirade criticizing the club's leadership in the wake of the Brentford defeat on Friday. President Kagame, who has been criticized by Amnesty International for the arrest and disappearances of political opponents, tweeted, "What? Brentford deserved to win. The fans don't deserve to get used to this. No, I say this as one of the big fans. The change has taken too long to come. It's been a struggle of a decade's ups and down until this point. Can't we have a plan that really works? One part is to look at how we deal in the market. We must not excuse or accept mediocrity. A team has to be built to win, win, win. I am sure we all know on whose shoulders the heaviest burden rests. I hope they know too or even accept it." It is unclear whether his criticism was aimed at owners Stan and Josh Kroenke, who have presided over a decade of decline, or the manager, but it is a further embarrassment for the club. Fans are also outraged and bemused in equal measure at Uruguay midfielder Lucas Torreira being so disengaged with the club that he tweeted a picture of himself enjoying a Madrid fairground with his family as his teammates were slumping to defeat. The immediate pressure on Arteta and Edu, with the Arsenal board having backed the pair to turn the club's declining fortunes around over the summer. With the international break in October the traditional point for clubs to sack failing managers, the 2-0 defeat at Brentford already makes Arteta look vulnerable. And the next 2 weeks will tell whether the confidence placed in Edu by the board to improve the squad this summer was justified. The pair will hope the potential arrival of Martin Odegaard from Real Madrid will improve matters, although they have missed out on Chelsea's Tammy Abraham, who is off to Roma. But the fixture list may be their worst enemy in establishing momentum. Romelu Lukaku will doubtless be relishing his debut for Chelsea next weekend at the Emirates after the tentative display of £50 million signing Ben White and Pablo Mari in central defence against Brentford. There then follows a trip to Manchester City, with the prospect of Arsenal being bottom of the Premier League going into the first international break. The September run of games against Norwich, home, and Burnley, away, preceding the North London derby against Spurs at home on September 26, will be crucial for Arteta in maintaining his authority, with Brighton in October completing 4 games before the second international break. The board united behind Arteta over the summer, despite an 8th-place finish and no European football for the first time since 1995-96, his impressive FA Cup win in 2020, seemingly decisive in him retaining their confidence. Arteta has doubled down on his training philosophy this season, with players reporting intense sessions focused on playing the ball out from the back. Some observers are said to feel Arteta's frequent interventions in training and very technical approach make the sessions hard to follow. However, he was hired to emulate his mentor Pep Guardiola, so such an approach is unsurprising, even if his best performances have come when Arsenal have surrendered possession and played on the counter-attack. The sale of Joe Willock for £26 million will bring some respite for Edu, and the club hope to sign keeper Aaron Ramsdale, as well as Odegaard this week. But the need for another keeper and Bernd Leno's performance only draws attention to the decision to let Emi Martinez leave last summer, now established as one of the Premier League's best goalkeepers. There are still no takers for highly paid Flop Willian, on more than £200,000 a week, which was another key Arteta decision from last summer. Fortune is also against Arteta as it is unclear when Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexander Lacazette will return, with the club only confirming they are unwell. If they are isolating due to coronavirus, they are unlikely to be back for the Chelsea game. Thomas Partey, last summer's major signing, is also injured and yet to prove he is worth the £45 million fee and wages of more than £250,000 a week. Arteta reflected. The season is a long one. We'll review this with cool heads and put it right as soon as possible. I don't want to hide. There are no excuses. We didn't do the basic things well enough to beat them. New signing White, watched by England coach Gareth Southgate, conceded his new team had problems to address at both ends of the pitch. He said, "It's both boxes, isn't it? If you don't score goals and you concede, that's where it got away from us. It's obviously a disappointing start. I think we created some chances and could have had some goals, but we didn't and they did." Arteta added, "We have to react, not find any excuses about players that weren't here or injured players, and look at ourselves and raise the level. All the young players that played Flo Balogun had his debut. Gabriel Martinelli hasn't played for a long time as he's been with Brazil tried their best, and it wasn't enough to get a result. Chelsea is a completely different game. We will analyze what we did and have time to prepare that game.